we introduced you to Fair Farming Organic, a farming operation that's 100% organic. Katie Koppel takes us back to the farm for part two. She has more on the federal program and employees use to make it all happen.
Fair Farming Organic outside of West Bend, Iowa and Palo Alto County is a certified organic farm growing corn, soybean, and oats.
Everything has been organic since 2002. I think our first field was 1998.
Thomas Fair is a sixth-generation farmer, and growing an organic crop means he uses no man-made products to keep weeds and insects at bay. To keep his crop yield up to standard, he participates in the federal H-2A Temporary Agricultural Workers Program.
Since 2015, we have been bringing up from anywhere from 40 to 60 H-2A workers from Guatemala. They mainly focus on hand weeding, which that is almost every day out in the fields from sun up to sundown, hand weeding, using hose, things like that just to cut down the weeds. Since we can't use any chemicals, that's pretty much the only way we get 100% kill on our crops.
Fair provides housing accommodations, transportation, training, and even a church space for those working in his fields.
We have housing for up to 78 people. We hope to give them a safe spot to come up here and just live and work, provide for their families. Being able to go down there and seeing where they're from gives you a much bigger perspective, I think, on life, and just coming back, seeing what they have up here, seeing what I have up here, makes you a lot more thankful for the work they do and that they're able to come up here and help us out on our farm.
Fair isn't outsourcing his work. He opens up his field positions to locals in the area first.
We do have to reach out to people to see if they want to come work. So it's not like we're just outsourcing jobs.
Most of the H-2A workers had left by early September, with a handful staying to help with the harvest, providing a symbiotic relationship that Fair says is one he is thankful for.
I don't think words can put it into perspective. We would not be able to do what we do without them. That is 100% for sure. We could never do what we do without them.
In West Bend, Iowa, with Chief Videographer Acacia Phillips, Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4.
And you can check out this complete series, part one and part two, right now on KTIV.com.